What does it really take to own a dream like this? Not just the EMI, but in the fuel, the maintenance, the sweat, and the sheer cost. Everyone shows you the glory ride, but today we are talking about the reality. Alright, let's get to the heart of the video, maintenance. This is what separates casual riders from committed owners. You have two choices: do everything at service center or get your hands dirty. I do a bit of both. So the good is that it's phenomenal. It's the sound, that pure screaming symphony of an inline 4 engine that nothing else can replicate. It's the performance, that endless pull from 8000 rpm all the way to the red line. It's the looks, the attention, and the incredible community you become a part of. Things I do myself are the frequent simple jobs. It saves money and connects you with your machine. For major engine work or things I don't have the tools for, it goes straight to Honda BigWing. So first of all comes the chain, my number one priority. This is the most frequent task. The bike's manual says inspect and lubricate every 1000 km. In our dusty Indian conditions, I do it every 200 to 300 kilometers and after every single wash. For the same thing, if you'll go to a Honda BigWing showroom, they'll be charging you somewhere around 250 rupees for the chain clean, and also for chain tightening and maintenance. Overall, they'll charge you rupees 450. And if you also opt for a general checkup, which I did last time, so overall bill will be around rupees 950. Let's go one thing straight. The Honda CBR650R is technically a sports tourer or a middleweight sport bike. Not a little class superbike, but for most of us in India, a 650cc inline 4 is a superbike experience. So what's that experience like day to day? Second thing is tires and air pressure. Your only contact with the road. I check my tire pressure every single week without fail. Front is 36 psi, rear is 40 or 42 depending upon you. Under inflation will ruin the handling and wear out your expensive tires fast. Third thing is the engine oil and coolant, the lifeblood of your engine. I use the recommended fully synthetic oil. The oil change interval is once a year or every 10,000 km. I prefer to change it around the 8,000 to 10,000 range as suggested by my previous buddies who owned a Superbike. And I also check the coolant level once a month, very important for the engine that runs this hot. And when it comes to heat, so I must tell you that the engine gets very hot at times, and seriously you will be needing riding boots with these, so that will be costing you somewhere around 10,000 to 20,000 or maybe less or more depending upon your choice. Then comes the brakes, non-negotiable safety. I visually inspect my brake pads for wear every month and check the brake fluid levels. The fluid should be replaced every 2 years regardless of mileage as it absorbs moisture. Now you can see how I get the bike cleaned and how dedicatedly the persons clean the bike, because I don't want it to be dirty first of all, and secondly minute particles of sand can get into the slight mechanics of the bike and ruin it, because dirt can get into the brake pads and create scratching sounds on the disc brake, which was first seen in my bike. So also the things are there, so I like to keep my bike clean, so also that incurs expense. I'll tell you overall cost in the end, but that's something personal. Some of you might want to get your bike cleaned deeply once a month, but I prefer to do it weekly. So that's up to you. Then comes the most important part, the fuel. It's a major running cost. So I get about 18 to 20 kmpl, so a full tank gives me a range of about 280 km. That's about 5 to 6 rupees per kilometer just in fuel. So that depends upon you how much you ride the bike. For my case, I have ridden the bike for around 4,200 kilometers, and the fuel it has taken since then is 210 liters approximately. Now let me tell you the costs of all these things consolidately. So we have discussed the fuel, but a standard service at Honda BigWing, which includes oil change, filter change and general inspection, will set you back about around rupees 7,000. But the big costs are consumables. A good set of tires like Michelin Road 5S or Pirelli Diablo Rosso will cost upward of 25k a pair. A new chain and sprocket kit is about 14k. The front brake pads alone are 5,000 rupees. Air luckily is free as of now, so you can get that for free at any petrol pump. And apart from that, if we speak about washing, so that will be costing you around rupees 300 to 500 depending upon outlet and the quality. So if we conclude all these costs, so I'll just include all these on the screen once for you to see. Now comes the most important aspect, that is the EMI, the affordability cost, the buying cost of the bike. So there are several plans available in the market ranging from 2 years to the 5 years maximum. But I shall suggest you for 3 years, and all the plans will be visible on your screen right now. You can check. I have personally taken for 3 years. It's up to you and your budget. How will you afford the bike and how well can you pay? So you can choose the plan accordingly. I will also put a link in the description by which you can check and calculate the on-road price and the EMI for your choice of tenure for your state. So do check the description and subscribe CbrKavi for more updates. Now we shall speak about some things that are you can say a one-time expense on the bike. For example, the accessories, and most importantly, like we can't forget the exhaust. So I'll tell you majorly I have installed what on my bike. I first of all I have got radiator guard. Second is the crash guard that I have got, or you can say frame sliders. The third thing that I'm thinking to get is the exhaust, but right now I don't have it. So I'll tell you the major things are like these two only: the radiator guard and the frame sliders, obviously, because in case you fall or if minute particles or stones like just go into your radiator while riding, so that will protect you from it. So that are quite compulsory, you can say. Apart from that, all the things I have are just for physical pleasure only. They look appealing, the bike looks good, so that's why I have installed them. One is the wings. Like I have two kinds of wings. If you go to a showroom or search for CBR wings, they'll cost you plenty much. I'll put the link in the description. They cost you around 700 or 800 rupees, I don't know. Last time I bought they were 700. Apart from that, I have got the tank pad. The tank pad cost rupees I think 3000 from Honda, but the same, almost same looking tank pad is available on Amazon for I think 250 rupees or 300. I'll also put a link of that, you can check that. And apart from that, I have got the windshield covered with black matte smoke sheet, because the windshield coming from Honda is rupees 6000, but that does not look worth it because that does not add much addition of height to the bike or the current visor. I think it should have been more upwards for me to buy it. It's not like much different from it, so you can just spend rupees 6000 and get that installed on your bike, but that did not appeal to me that much. Apart from that, we have quick shifter for 16000 from the company, and also a cowl that is for 9000. You can see that on my bike, I have installed it already. So these are the expenses that majorly will be happening on your bike. And apart from that, obviously we have the exhaust. That exhaust can cost you somewhere around 60,000 up till rupees 2,50,000. That is for an Agrapovic, I guess. So we have plenty of exhaust. We can talk about exhaust separately, that we have to install a company like a branded one, that is a Exil or Agrapovic Aero or something, or we can go for replica. And what is the difference between them two, we shall see in the upcoming videos. But for now, for next video, you will be seeing drag races and complete chaos on the road, as we rode till like on my first Sunday ride. We went for a short ride, you can say, but that was not actually short, that was full of chaos and excitement. So do subscribe the channel to see it, and we'll be coming up with such more entertaining and informative videos. So keep following us, guys, and thank you for supporting us this much. And bye bye, see you.